In the summer of 1518, a woman stepped into the streets of Strasbourg and began to dance. She danced alone. She danced without music. She danced for hours. By the end of the week, over 30 others joined her. By the end of the month, people were dead. What possessed them? What made them dance until their hearts stopped? And why, over 500 years later, do we still not have an answer? Strasbourg, July 1518. A hot, oppressive summer hung over the city like a curse. The rivers had run low, the harvests had failed, famine spread across the country like a stain no one could wash away. Rotting grain, empty markets, the cries of starving children echoed through the alleyways. Disease moved swiftly from door to door. The stench of sickness clung to the air. And as always, the church had an answer. It was sin. It was judgment. It was the wrath of God. The people knelt, they prayed, they begged for mercy. But no relief came. Only silence, only fear. And then, something began to move in the streets. She spun, she flailed, not joyfully, not gracefully, but compulsively, as if controlled by something unseen. Spreading madness. For hours, she didn't stop. The next day, she returned and danced again, and the next. At the end of the week, dozens had joined her. They danced under the sun, under the moon, bloodied feet, blank eyes. The city was horrified. But they didn't lock the dancers away. No, the authorities believed this was a spiritual affliction. And the cure? More dancing. So they built a stage and hired musicians. Body count and chaos. As more joined, the dancing became violent. People screamed, collapsed, convulsed. Some died of heart attacks, others of sheer exhaustion. Modern historians estimate the number of dancers grew to around 400. 400 bodies, spinning, twitching, collapsing under the summer sun and the weight of something no one could explain. Men and women, young and old. Some danced for days, others for weeks, until their legs gave out, until their hearts stopped. And the death toll? Unknown, but real, buried quietly, without answers, without peace. This wasn't hysteria in the abstract. It wasn't just panic or myth. It was physical, it was relentless, it was fatal. So what was it, really? How could hundreds of people dance themselves to death? At the time, physicians believed it was a matter of hot blood, a dangerous imbalance of bodily humors. Their prescription? Let them dance it out. Literally, bleed the sickness through movement. The church, on the other hand, saw something darker, a punishment from God, or worse, demonic possession. They believed these dancers were cursed, instruments of the devil. But modern science has other theories. One theory, ergot poisoning, the same hallucinogenic mold that may have caused the Salem witch trials. But could it really cause hundreds to dance to death for weeks? Others point to mass hysteria, triggered by starvation, trauma, and religious fear, a society on the brink, unraveling through movement. Strangely, this wasn't the only case. In the centuries before and after 1518, similar outbreaks happened in Germany and the Netherlands. Smaller, shorter, but chillingly alike. Even in recent history, we've seen similar patterns. Girls in Tanzania laughing uncontrollably for days, twitching tics spreading through TikTok in 2021, fear, trauma, and suggestion dancing through generations. The unanswered question, but here's the terrifying part. We still don't know why it happened. The dancing plague remains unsolved, a medical mystery, a psychological puzzle, or something darker. And in a world just as stressed, just as superstitious, just as fragmented, could it happen again? Would we even recognize it? They danced for weeks, until death, and then they were forgotten. Until now.